right, so you're born in Ostrava, Czechia.
Yeah.
Do you guys prefer Czech or Czechia?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Czechia's more like official, I would
It's
say.
official? Okay. I mean, there was that change a couple
Yeah.
years ago. So, you were born 2006.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about back in Czechia. What was it like before you came over? Just, you're 12 maybe, playing hockey. What's going on there?
Yeah, I'd say like I enjoyed it the same way as I enjoy it now, because like hockey is a big part of my life, and yeah, it was fun playing with the guys. So guys there, I have a lot of good friends that I've played in Czech, and they're now in CHL or in Q in different teams. Or as Alex Zelinsky is my former teammate in Czech too, so I play with him. I know him for a couple of years. Yeah, enjoy it. Have a good memories on it. Yeah, happy to be back home every time. So yeah.
Okay. What are you doing when you normally go back home in the off season, or maybe say like Christmas?
When it's a Christmas time, I try to spend a lot of time with my family. Also, I want to stay in shape, so I do some stuff for my preparation as a hockey player. But yeah, and then in summer, like it's off season. I take a couple of weeks off, and then going back to it, do off season workouts, and start my preparation for the season.
Okay. What age did you start playing nets? I know like some guys start when they're 5. Some guys see here like Roberto Luongo didn't start playing until he's 12. I think it was. Are you a late bloomer?
I don't know exactly. Sorry. I think it was around age of 8.
8, okay.
I'd say. I think I started skating at 6, and then I moved to net. I don't know for what reason, to be honest, but yeah.
Probably just put in from.
Not really.
No?
I'd say I wanted to try it, but like, yeah, and then I stuck with it.
I'm 27. I played with like Nicky and Carter McGillivray growing up, but like I started playing when I was 5, and like that's all I wanted to do. Like my dad used to coach like junior and stuff like that, and he was like, no, my son's not being a goalie. And then I played like 6 months, I think it was, out on defense, and I was like, yeah, I quit hockey. I play nets. So I'm like, so I didn't know if it was one of those early ones. So what do you have? What's your family situation? You only child?
No, I have a younger sister.
Younger sister?
Her name's Anne. She's 15. Or no, 15. I'm saying she's 16 or 17.
16, 17. Okay.
I'm not sure.
So,
yeah.
Sorry, go.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay. At what age did you realize that you were good at goalie? I mean, like we all like, where it's a legitimate, like, serious option where you could be here. You know what I mean? Like everybody's kind of good at one point, but at what point do you say I can take this seriously? This might be something.
Like we have in Czech it was like you have a national team from U16. I think it's from every country the same. I think so, at least. But yeah, I got invited there, and it was fun for me. It was motivation. Still, 16 is a really young age. You can change till like 20. You can be a whole different person as a person and whole different player as a hockey player. But yeah, I would say from that age I started thinking that I could possibly have a hockey as my job or like career. Really good.
Nice. Okay, so you're drafted 23rd overall. You're the second goalie taken in the import draft. You're taken behind fellow Czech player Jakub Vondras. Do you know him?
Yeah. I don't know him personally, but
you know of him?
Yeah.
Now he went one ahead of you. He went to Sudbury. Now Sudbury is, I don't know if you know, it's in Ontario. Yeah. Now Sydney being like essentially the most eastern part of Canada you could get, did that impact coming here versus somewhere's like being selected like Sudbury? Or did you plan on coming no matter what? Like, take me through your process on finding out you were drafted and then moving over.
Yeah, like there was interest from more teams than just Cape. There was some teams in O and some teams in DAP, but like Cape had the most interest in me, and I knew it was a great organization, and of it. So I'm happy that they drafted me, and like it's not a like it's like QO and the WHL. Like there's some certain type of hockey style. Like the league's not the same, but like the competitiveness and the league rating is the same, but like the hockey style is different. But like I would say the most impact for me to be in so much east is the time difference between Czech and between here, because it's only 5 hours, which is like really different. For example, if you play in WHL, it could be to 9 hours. So I would say it was a win situation for me, because you can call it more to Czech, to your family, friends, be in more contact, which like helped me the first season I went to Cape was like I didn't say I felt like homesick. Sometimes yeah, but it wasn't a big issue for me, because I would say the most impact on it that it wasn't a big issue was the time difference between Czech and Cape Breton.
Okay. Are you able to say what other teams reached out to you?
I don't think
Not allowed to say?
I don't think I'm allowed
No?
to say,
Okay. I just thought I'd ask. I'm always curious. So, I'm sure you know, Ivan used to play here.
Yeah.
Did he reach out to you, or did you reach out to him? Do you know each other at all when drafted?
We didn't know each other, but we're from the same city. He's from Ostrava too, I know that. But we met a few times in gym in Ostrava this year in off season, and yeah, I think we talked a bit, and yeah, that's pretty much all.
Now, this is going to seem really weird, but in the last, I'd say 36 hours, there was a player from Czechia who's been kind of going viral. It might be kind of a small town Canada kind of question, but do you happen to know the goalie Philip?
Philip?
He's playing with the under 17 program.
I know he's I think he's U16 or U17.
Yeah, I think he's 14. He's like 6'4", 150 pounds that young.
Yeah, I don't know him, because like he's
A little bit younger.
He's a younger goalie. So when I was in U17s in Czech, still like he wasn't in the league yet, so I don't know him, but I know because of Ivan.
Yeah.
Philip, it was a little viral too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. So what are you enjoying most about playing here in Cape Breton, or even as the Q as a whole, compared to, say, you had a stayed in Czechia and you would have been playing in their development programs, maybe even you sniffed the pro league in Czechia or the second tier like league in Czechia?
Oh yeah, like for like to be honest, like the reason I came to Cape was that I wanted to play pro league the year before, the first year I came here, but I still wasn't like developed that much to maybe have a good amount of stars in there, and like as you know, Q's part of CHL's best 3 junior leagues in the world, and I wanted to compete with the best players at my age, and wanted to prove that I am one of the best.
Nice. Okay. Now I watched you a lot over the last year and some, so we'll say a year and a half. It's almost a year and a half. For someone who wouldn't know you, how would you describe your game? What kind of game do you play? What are your strengths? What do you do best?
I'd say that I'm pretty strong skater, pretty fast skater. I think it helps me a lot through my hockey style, trying to work on my athletic abilities and try to compete as much as I can, because I would say that's one of the most important things.
Okay. Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself as a puck handler?
I'd say. I did one of these for the draft.
Did you lie there?
No, why would I lie?
I'm just asking. I'm just making sure.
I think I'd say 8.5.
8.5. Okay,
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I would say I getting better in it. Like but when I was younger, I wasn't really a big puck handler. I tried to score a goal last year, but like doesn't mean that you shoot the puck all over the ice that you're a good puck handler. But yeah, I would say I got better through last year and this year in it. So I'd say 8.5 to 9 probably.
So you consider that one of your big strengths, one of your key parts of your game?
Oh, I wouldn't say it's consider a big strength. I put the puck. To be honest, I put the puck handling last year for all the draft interviews as the thing that I think I need to improve the most. So I wouldn't say it's my biggest strength, but I'd say I worked on it and got better in it.
On your flight over from Czechia, is there anything you were thinking about? Is there anything just on your mind, or were you just out the window? Like, what were you thinking on the way over here, coming here for the first time?
Oh yeah, I like. I just wanted to compete. I wanted to show my skills, show my abilities. Oh, I know Ruch was in the league. He was really, how to say it. He had a little really big experience because I think it was his fourth year, maybe third. I'm not sure, but like yeah, he had the experience. I knew he was the older guy, and I took it as a competition. We were really good friends, yeah. But it's always a competition here, and I wanted to push myself to get the starts in the most of the games as I could.
Yeah, no, you certainly did. I mean, last year you appeared in 33 games, which is a lot for a rookie goalie, especially like you said, splitting with a veteran like Ruchia. You were 18, 11, and 1. I mean, it's a positive record. You're ninth in the league in save percentage. You had 905. Ruchia was 6th with a 910. It's a pretty good start to the year.
Yeah,
your whole career, I should say.
Yeah, I'd say
Were you happy with it overall?
I was happy. There's something to improve. I had the bad games too, but that happens, you know. You need to learn from it, and I took the last season positive and wanted to improve to get this season better than the last one.
Now, how many games do you think it took roughly for you to get comfortable to the point where you said, I now I feel like I'm a part of this league. I'm in here. I'm doing it. 3 games, 5 games.
You know, it's hard to say because it's a different type of hockey. It's North American hockey, ice smaller. I would say that was the most thing. There was last year I had a pretty good preseason games, and then my first few games weren't that good. But I didn't want to put any pressure on me because it would hurt me more to think about it, how that it's not going my way. But I just wanted to compete and try to improve every day. And I would say I don't know, there's not number for games that took me, but yeah, after a few games I started to feel more comfortable, and yeah.
When you're in nets, are you one of those guys that they're completely dialed in? Are you listening to the music? Do you have a phrase that you repeat? I know a lot of guys say, just stop the next one. That's all I gotta focus is stop that next one. They just repeat that over and over. Is there anything mentally, or what are you doing? Are you having fun looking at the lights? Everybody's a little different, right?
Yeah, I'm not I'd say that I'm not that's some guy that's really energetic, but I'm not that guy who doesn't talk to anybody in the game before the game. I would say I'm something in the middle because it's hard to be completely dialed in for 60 minutes straight. You need to take a few breaks, there's breaks between the periods, but yeah, there's some things that I do, but I keep them as a secret. So
yeah, little mental stuff for yourself. Yeah. Okay, nice. Now we we did speak briefly about Ruchia. You guys had a pretty good relationship, I take it. I mean, you guys definitely pushed each other well last year, which I think is what you want in a goalie tandem. Two great guys pushing each other. Is there anything that he taught you, or you guys spoke about a lot, coming over, that really helped you transition or become a better goalie?
I'd say I took some stuff from him. I mostly in the practice, because I wouldn't say that like mostly in practice, and I took a lot of good puck handling stuff from him.
Hmm.
That's the thing that I wanted to improve, and yeah, I would say he's a strong puck handler, so I think I took some stuff from him in that. Yeah.
Were you prepared for the road trips? The long days on the road on the bus?
Oh, yeah, that's like the.
Did you
yeah.
anticipate that? Did you figure it was gonna be bad, and then it was maybe a little more worse than you thought it was gonna be in the end?
Oh, like it was very worse than I thought.
A lot worse, yeah.
Yeah, like to be honest, like I hate the Quebec trips. I
Mhm.
hate the traveling, but yeah, it's the part of the whole package, and you need to, how do you say that you wanna oh.
Do you kind of get used to it at all?
Yeah,
or-
yeah,
you
used
do?
to it. Yeah, you have to get used to it, and yeah, that's what I did. It's like I'm not saying now it's like I'm happy to go to a road trip, like happy to be half a day in the bus.
You don't
or
like
maybe
16
more.
hours on the bus on the way to Baie-Comeau?
Or nah,
No?
yeah,
No?
but like
I heard that's a rough one.
yeah, it's like it's now. I'd say now I know what it looks like, so it's like better for me mentally that I'm prepared what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that.
What are you, a big music guy, movie guy? Do you sleep on the bus? You guys playing cards? What do you?
I usually try to sleep as most of the trip and to listen to music a lot. Yeah.
What are you listening to?
I really like rap music. Doesn't matter Czech or American, and a little bit of pop.
Now you're from Nova Scotia. Have you dabbled into Classified at all? Have they showed you Classified?
I think we listened to some.
He's got a couple songs that I'm sure
Yeah.
get played around. Yeah, it's always one I like to bring up, see how people feel about him. Now, you had a good, like we talked about earlier. You did have a really good first year. At the end of the first year, what did you take away that you liked from your game? Maybe what's something you didn't like? You went home in the off season. You sat with the goalie coaches. I had Blademan Dixon, Scotty Guthrow. Is there anything you thought about that I need to improve this? When I come back, it's gonna be different.
Yeah, I'd say we a little bit. When I came to Cape, my stance was a little wide, and that I didn't have I wasn't able to get that much speed from it. So how do you say, put the stance more?
Narrow up the
Yeah,
stance?
we narrowed the stance, and I think I worked on it. I worked on it through the summer too, and yeah, I would say now it's definitely better. It helps me. I'd say I'm more fast because of it, and yeah.
Do you find you have a higher center of gravity, so when you finally make that push to slide, you get all that weight with you from post to post kind of thing? You're quicker?
I would say in general, just everything's faster. Yeah, the pushes too, everything. Yeah.
Now, you go 99th overall, 4th round, this past year to Nashville. Obviously, a pretty exciting, world-changing feeling. Can you bring me through that? Tell me all about it. Maybe some pre-draft interviews. I don't know. I know you said before you couldn't talk with the WHL or the CHL draft teams, but is there any other teams that you sat with that you're allowed to speak about?
Yeah, there was quite a few. There was like 22 teams, which was a like a bit of surprise for me, or I was happy that there's an interest in me, and I knew that some teams are more, some teams are less interested in me, and Nashville was one of the most interested in me, and yeah, they do. I didn't talk with them that much, because like I had a lot of interviews here with Canadian scouts, but first time Nashville reached out to me was Czech scout after I was back home after a season. So
After last season.
after last season.
So they were really getting into you early then.
So it was one of the later teams that reached out to me, and yeah, I talked first to the Czech scout and then to the goalie coach in Milwaukee, Jason Barron, and yeah, they were interested in me, and they took me after, and yeah, I was happy.
Yeah, I bet you were. Did you expect to be drafted that high? Because I mean, you were the ninth goalie taken in that draft, which I don't know if you know the other goalies in that draft. There's some pretty decent
Yeah.
guys that were taken in the first couple rounds. You
Yeah.
originally ranked 18th, so you make that big jump. You know, you were ranked lower than guys like Moncton's Keegan Warren or I think it's Poulter and Gatineau.
Yeah.
So how did that feel to know that you jumped that high, that you went that early? I would say honestly, fourth round's fairly early for a goalie, and to know that a team really wanted you like that to take you that high.
Yeah, like it's different people have a different eye, so everybody sees each goalie different. I'd say that yeah, some of the teams that didn't even reach out to me might say that I was like 50th goalie for them.
Mm-hmm.
There are some teams that like the stuff that I did, and now what I'm doing and how I play. That's why I was that high for them. So I would say it's like real like different for each team, different for the each scout or the guy who does the rankings. Yeah, but like I was really happy. I honestly, I'd say I was thinking maybe a little lower, not not that like not that low, but not the like for first few picks in the fourth round. So I was really happy, and yeah, it was a motivation for me that, and it was really good feedback for me because like they took me for a reason. They took me in that exact pick for a reason because they had an interest in me and they trust me, and yeah, it was happy news for me, and I was really happy, and it like I wanted to improve the most from it because it was a really big motivation for them.
No, I can only imagine. I know some scouts and I sit with scouts and we all kind of talk. Like the goalie, I'm sure you know, the goalie guys all kind of talk and sit together. The same kind of view. I can't reveal who it was, but I know a team, I'll say a Western Canada team, really liked you, and they sat with me and we spoke over two different games over a weekend, a back to back, and they really liked your game. One of the games you even got a shutout.
Western Canada.
Western Canada. I can't say which team, but it's a Western Canadian team that
There's
liked
not a
you.
lot of teams in Western
Yeah,
Canada.
exactly. So you can
And there's
kinda-
there's not a lot of teams that actually talk to me. There's I think one or two. So
I don't know if they spoke to you, but I know this
yeah,
this scout
Mike
really
Dodd,
liked
yeah.
you.
That's
You
good.
ended up getting a shutout in that game, and I think there was about 10 minutes left in the third period, and he closed his notebook. He said, "There's nothing else I need to see," and he was with a bunch of other scouts. They were just player scouts. I think they were here to see Thomas Waugh, and they're all trying to get going. He was like, "No, like this is a game. You gotta when a goalie's playing like this, you stay and you watch because they're teaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?" And he absolutely loved your game. So I wasn't surprised.
Was it here in Cape?
Yeah, it was here. Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but I mean, it was a 3-0 shutout. I feel like you
it
probably.
was either 3-0.
I think it was 3-0.
It was
Yeah.
either Gatineau or Halley.
It was Gatineau. It was Gatineau because it was the weekend.
Yeah,
Gatineau was in the drum.
I had a back-to-back.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had the first one in Charlottetown. How was it? I think so.
I think Drummondville. I think was the next team that was in.
Yeah, but like the
Game before.
game before I think we played in Charlottetown, and I think I had a back-to-back shout that 2 games. So, yeah.
I mean, last year you and Rucci had a lot of shutouts.
Yeah.
You guys were playing good.
Rich got more. That pissed me off, but
I mean, that's motivation for this year, right?
Yeah, I was happy for him, man.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, so we went through a couple things here, and I know we kind of briefly spoke on it, and you even brought up Jason Barron, but you go to camp with Nashville, you meet up with the legendary Mitch Korn, one of the greatest goalie coaches of all time.
Yeah.
I've been saying for years, like guys like him and Francois Allaire should be in the Hall of Fame, but like goalies always get overlooked. Goalie coaches even more overlooked. Yeah. Jason was here a couple weeks ago. I know that I heard him on the radio talking about it. Can you talk about what him and Mitch and obviously like Scotty Guthrow and Blademan Dixon, what have they all been kind of telling you lately? What have they been trying to get you to focus in on?
Yeah, I from the start I'd say like the work they put in me, I'm really grateful for it. They work as a one unit. They will work as a team. So they send it each other what their opinions are, what should I improve, everything. So it works really well. And yeah, we did when Jason was here. We did some certain type of things like what was it? More stay on the post, not be that much in overlap, cause they said that in NHL they're not using that the overlap that much as they used to. So yeah, that's the thing we worked on, and then not getting like try to keep the puck on the body so there's no rebound from it. That's the thing that we worked on a lot too. So I would say that's the two key things that we worked on when Jason was here.
Okay, nice. And I know we spoke briefly a little bit about earlier, but what are your kind of goals for this season? Obviously, you want to win.
Yeah.
But have you set any personal goals that you really want to hit that you can talk about?
Like I'm, like every time I play hockey, I'm trying to put team over me, or like yeah, you wanna play good, but like my key goal for every game, doesn't matter what game it is, to give your chance to win and let your team to win the game. That's what I'm focusing on every game the most. And there's not some like personal goals. Yeah, I have big personal goals like going to World Juniors. For example, have a really good season to be to impress Nashville, so they signed me. But like it's all the process, and the best thing you can do is not focus on the big goal, but on the small goals that gonna lead you to that big goal. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, just take it game by
Yeah,
game. You know,
game by game.
everything
Game
goes
by
its way, right?
Improve every day.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Doesn't matter if it's game. Doesn't matter if it's practice. Just get better every day.
Now, you spoke a little bit there about making the World Junior team. You're 18. I mean, that's roughly, the age that guys usually start going for that. It's an under 20 tournament, so you get your 18, 19-year-olds. You've been in that program a little bit. I know this off season, at the end of last year too, you were kind of in that U20 program. Can you tell me a little bit about that? Like, are you really, obviously you're really pushing for it, but there's a veteran there, Felix Herbal.
No, yeah, Michael Herbal.
Michael Herbal, sorry, yeah. Arizona draft pick, now property of Utah. You guys have obviously played together a little bit at some points. Even in the program kind of thing?
I think I've never played.
Never played with him?
I've never played with him. I've never played against him, to be honest.
Have you met him at all?
I think we met at some camp, but like we didn't have that much talk. But I think I've never played against him. But like, yeah, he's a really good guy. He was a high pick last year.
Second round.
Yeah, which is on the goalie is really good. He plays in D1 college now and last year too, so he has a lot of experience. He was a starter last year for a World Junior, so yeah, like he has a lot of experience. I'm trying to do what I can. That you can like change what coach is thinking or everything. You're just trying to prove yourself that you deserve to be on the nomination and be there.
Nice. Okay. He's a big boy too.
Yeah, he's
I think 6'6".
Yeah, I think so.
He's a monster. I know. I seen him at the training camp.
Oh,
Not in person, but just through streams. He's a big boy.
Yeah,
he's a good goalie.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a little gear talk?
We can do that.
Are you big into your gear? Like I know some like. I'm sure you know the term is a slut, gear slut.
No.
So the guys there's guys who really like their gear, and there's guys who are just, it's whatever. Where do you stand on that?
Oh, I'd say like some mid around like golden middle. Like I'm not that big into it. I don't like. There's nothing that this glove doesn't catch a puck that I have to change everything on it. Just like. I had those certain type of gear last year, and I want to stick with it this season, so I stick with that. And yeah, I started to use Bauer gear and I'm happy with that. It works for me, and yeah.
Is there a reason you switched from Bauer? I know when you came over, you were wearing True.
Yeah.
Which is, for those who don't know, is a Lefebvre. It's long line of Coho, Reebok, CCM. Now it's Lefebvre / True itself. Your goalie coach, Playman Dixon, was a big Lefebvre guy. Did you know that? I played against him as a kid, and he wore bright yellow Reeboks. Did you know about that?
No. He didn't.
Ask him about that later. He wore bright yellow Reeboks, like Fleury style, when he was a kid.
Style,
Fleury style. I think there might have been a little swoosh of white or something there, but I remember them being bright.
Oh, yeah.
And then he played up through, and he always wore Reebok, and then CCM when they switched to CCM.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't have any influence on the kind of gear you wear, any color options. There was nothing like that.
What do you mean, like the other people, or?
Yeah, did other people around you kind of not push you to a certain gear, but did they open up the opportunities? Like you said, like you wore Bauer last year, and you kept with Bauer this year. Is there anything that made you switch to Bauer in the first place compared to, say, a Vaughn?
Like, yeah, for the first thing, I had to switch a gear because True is banned in the league, or
it's not licensed.
Not licensed.
Mm-hmm.
Yet.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, so I had to switch, and I had the Bauer gear before I had the True when I was younger, and I liked it, so I switched to Bauer. I decided to go Bauer. I could probably go wherever I wanted, but I chose Bauer, and I'm happy that I did that. They put a lot of work to make me satisfied with my gear, and yeah, I was so, and I am, so that's why I stayed with the Bauer for this year too.
Nice. Okay. Do you like how light and fluffy it is?
I
never wore Bauer, but everybody I speak to says there's the lightest pad you'll ever put on.
Yeah, the light. I really like the light. Like, you don't have that much bounce on you, and you definitely are faster.
Do you? A couple of years ago, the Q made, I think it's the CHL as a whole, made it mandatory, but danglers now have to be.
Only Q.
It's only the Q?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. See, that you got me there.
Yeah.
How do you feel about danglers?
Not good.
Not a fan?
Not a fan.
No?
Not a fan at all. Like, I didn't practice with it one single practice in the summer, and I was really excited about this thing. Yeah, like I got used to it. I know what it is. It doesn't really bother me, but I prefer to not have anything there. Like, I understand it's some kind of protection. There's some, it's a risk to not have it, especially when you play pro. But like, as everything's risky now, so I'd say I prefer to not have it, but like, it's a league rule, so I can't do anything about it. So I just wear it, and yeah.
Maybe you get signed and you go to Milwaukee, and all of a sudden that first skate it's gone.
Probably.
Maybe you don't want to say too much.
It doesn't matter. Well, if it's Milwaukee, if it's any other league, I take it off.
Okay. I got a few final ones here. For these are just little simple ones. Now you've been around. Have you played in every Q rink so far? Or at least dressed in like warm-ups in every Q rink?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite rink to play in? That's not here.
Oh, okay. I'd say.
This doesn't count. This is home field advantage. You don't get that.
I really like Hali because of the atmosphere. It's a big rink. I really like Halifax, and Moncton's a really nice rink too, and Videotron Centers. It's just crazy to play, and I played there last year. So it's former NHL arena, and yeah, it's crazy to play the arenas like that. Yeah, I like to play at the big rinks in general. I enjoyed when I was able to dress and play a few minutes in Florida rink this year. So it was crazy too. Even it was more crazy because it was an NHL game, But it's still like I really like to play in big rinks, and yeah, I'd say the big rinks, these three big rinks.
I think you may have just said it, but what's the loudest rink that you played in? What's a rink you go in? You're in warm-ups, or you're in the room getting dressed, and you're like, oh man, I gotta go in this rink, and it's gonna be so loud. Whether you like that or you don't.
I think I had a one game that Hali was pretty packed, so I'd say that rink. Yeah, there's a lot of loud fans for hockey fans.
I think they get about 15,000 roughly a game. It's
Yeah.
pretty packed rink. It's a nice rink. Who's your favorite goalie growing up? Now I know when I was younger, like I said, I'm about 9, 10 years older than you. The Czech goalies, it was obviously like Hasek. You had Pavlik that came up through. You know, he was here.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of Czech goalies. I know, like the younger guys. Would it be a David Rittich or like a Pavel Francouz, or is it still guys like Hasek and like Roman Czechmanik?
Like, probably from the Czech guys, I didn't watch Czech guys that much when I was younger. The internet was a thing, so I had like easy access to everything I wanted to was interested in. So I didn't watch the Czech guys that much, but when I talk about Czech guys, that was when I was young. The NHL that when I was younger, it was Pavelek and Peter Mrazek. I watched these two guys a lot, and now as everybody knows, because he's getting more and more popular, Lukáš Dostal. He's a really good goalie. He's a really young goalie, which is crazy. And yeah, I like to watch him a lot too. But when I was younger, I mostly watched Carey Price because he's my favorite all-time goalie. Like, even though he's not playing, I'd say he's my favorite goalie. I watched him and I tried to model some stuff. I took a lot of stuff from him to my game. And when he stopped playing a few years ago, I started to watch Jake Oettinger from Dallas, and I took a lot of things from him too. And I'd say he's my one of those favorite goalies in the league.
Okay, nice. Carey Price is obviously probably belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's next year, year before.
Should be.
He's got to officially retire first, but
Yeah.
he's gonna be there probably.
Yeah.
He's a great. Are you a cat or a dog guy?
Probably dog guy.
Dog guy?
Yeah.
Do you have a dog back home?
We used to have he died, but we didn't decide to get a new one. But I'm not a big dog guy. I'm not really I don't really like big dogs. I like more small dogs. But yeah, I prefer small dogs more than cats. So.
Okay. Who do you think is the best shot in the league? So who is coming down that line that you just it's him?
Like everybody or a lot of people would say Justin Poirier, but I wouldn't say he has actually the best shot. There's a few guys that are like really skilled, and I'd say he must have a most powerful shot definitely, but there's a few guys that have like more skill in the shot and like it's not always about the shot strength. So I'd say Wausching's a really good shooter. He has a really good shot too. Maxime Massé, I'd say he's a really good goal scorer too. Yeah, Malowski's a really good player too, and has a pretty good shot too.
Are you just saying that because he's a fellow hero?
No, he's.
No, you're not. You're not trying to give him a little pump there.
No, not really. Like he scored me. There was stop-ins. There wasn't a shot, but I'd say he's definitely one of the best players in the queue this year and even last year. So yeah, I think he deserves to be mentioned.
No, I don't disagree with you. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Now, sort of on the flip side, goalie-wise, who do you think's the best goalie in the league? You can say Ruccia, but if you say Ruccia, I'm going to need another one from you.
I wouldn't say there's a best goalie in the league, to be honest.
No?
I'd say there's quite few good goalies, really good goalies who are top rate. But I wouldn't say there's only one. But yeah, Rich definitely among those